Hi, good to have ya. I'm Vic in VR, and this is another video on Gran Turismo 7. Let's head back into sports mode. Let's do some online racing. We're gonna go for race B in the weekly race. It seems both the G70 and the Mazda Atenza are pretty quick in this one, so I haven't tried the Atenza yet, so let's go with that one first. It was a mistake. I'm not familiar with the Atenza. I can't even figure out the best way to shift it because that dash is just so foreign to me. And the qualifying didn't go so great. We managed to qualify in 15th out of 16 cars for a very first race. Not great at all. So we have a lot of work on our hands. It's gonna be a 5-lap race, and we're gonna do our best to salvage the situation. And as with the previous races, we're just gonna try and see if we can avoid any shenanigans down the road. And boy, let me tell you, that objective is gonna fail today. But alright, we're here and we're fighting, and I'm already having a bit of trouble keeping up with the cars in front of me. Now, I have driven on this track before. I've completed the gold time in the circuit experience mode. You can check it out in one of the other videos. I haven't used this car on it before though, so that might cause some troubles for me. And look, we see a car with a penalty going off track, taking out 2 others with him. And we're going to take that opportunity to settle the car into 12th position. Already up 3 paces, that's nice. However, our other opponents are quite far ahead. We're still fighting though. That might buy us some time as we head into this 4 apex corner. Pretty nice to go through. The last one is just fully flat out. A bit of a straight from the third apex on, but it's fine. Good corner, I like it. We're looking for the 100-meter board here to slam on the brakes and hit both of the apexes on the double left-hander coming up. Once again, the cars in front are in a big fight, and that might give us a little rundown, a little bit of slipstream here to inch just a little bit closer. So we come onto the final straight, and we cross the finish line to complete our first lap around the gardens. This is lap 2, and we've gotten a little bit closer because of all the fighting, and look how these cars are battling it out here. We're gonna look for some opportunities without doing anything too silly. We don't want to cause any shenanigans. And I throttled down just a bit too much. But I'd rather lose some time by being cautious than lose some time because of crashing out and hurting other people's races along with it. On lap number 3, we meet a car parked on the left-hand side of the track. That's gonna give us place 11, and there's another one parked on the right-hand side for place number 10. Once again, these wide and red cars are getting into all kinds of shenanigans, and there's a third one going wide, and because of that we're up 3 places in just 1 corner. Very lovely. And now we're fighting for 6th, and I'm trying to go around the outside, but there's not a lot of room. Try to put the car in a good position to overtake, but I can't really pull it off. Can't find a way around, and we'll just have to stick by him for now. Got some S's coming up. Might be an opportunity there if he makes a mistake. So we're looking for that without causing any, of course. We're just gonna let him do his own thing, and he goes a little bit wide here. Might give us a rundown through here, but we can't go through him. So once again, we back off and we bide our time. Onto the 5th and final lap then. And look at this rundown. I'm gonna put him on the inside. And now we're in 6th position. But he manages to cut back. And now we're back into 7th. Good maneuvers from our English friend right here. So we're just gonna try and settle the car in, but we can't manage a good run through here, and there won't be an overtaking opportunity here. But still, there is some time left, and maybe we can get something done. And look at this Ferrari. Our South African friend has made a great recovery. And we're fighting hard into the final corners. After this one, just the double left-hander coming up. Once again, not a great rundown on the cars in front, so we'll probably just have to be conservative, and we might just have to settle for 8th position. They're still fighting for, and look at this. Almost run into the back of the other Atenza as I try to find a way past. I actually managed to get some speed out of the corner. He loses out on a good exit, and that actually gives us a proper run to survive into 7th position. So 8 places up, but still 7th in total isn't that great. And once again, I didn't feel very confident in the Atenza. So I was thinking, well, I'm gonna have to try something else. Let's try that G70 again. We tried it last time. We had some good results with it in Grand Valley Highway Reverse on last week's race. So back into qualifying in a new car. Let's see if we can do a little bit better than 15th. And we go up a few places. We're now in 9th. It's a bit better. Managed to shave off a bit of time. And of course, I know how to shift this car, so that's also gonna help. And we're back racing. If I just make up 2 places, then I already have matched the result of last race. So that's what we're looking for, just slight improvements without getting into shenanigans. Get a good run on the car in front, but then look, I understeer off the circuit. I have to fight pretty hard to keep it on the road. We survive. There's a car going in really wide field there. Our Polish friend almost missing the turn, but he recovers pretty well, and we settle in behind him. And as we do, we notice an increase in speed, and we might be able to be fast enough to get a move done into the hairpin right here. So we move the car on the inside, and as we do, we go through it okay. We survive, and we're up into 8th. Very nice. Let's see if we can make something happen. And look at the car smacking into the wall there. That's up into 6th. Very nice. More fighting happening in this 4 apex corner. 3 cars going wide here. And once again, that'll allow us to inch closer and closer and closer. And we might be able to get something done either in the final hairpin here or the main straight coming just after it. And look at how much speed I've got here. I can't help it. I have to get the car in there. As we do, shenanigans start to unfold. Cars go into each other, and our Polish friend recovers, but then hits us. And as I try to settle in behind him, I'm not really paying attention to what's happening behind me. And I almost get nudged off the track, but that's fair. I wasn't giving him the space. Bit of a stroll moment for me. A little bit unaware. Don't lick any windows. That's not good for you. We get through the corner, both of us, and now we're up into 4th. Very nice. However, things are going to turn around really quickly. As I try to avoid the G70 in front, it was braking just a little bit late. That gives our Italian friend the chance he needs to pass us by, and he makes good use of it. Into the left-hander here, and on the exit, we both kind of muck it up. We both have to fight to keep the car on the road. I manage, but our Italian friend smashes into the wall. Not great, but we're still in 4th. And we're able to defend the position from the yellow car behind us. That's very nice. And as we cross the finish line in lap 5, we actually managed to do it. 3 places up from our last result. We're now in 4th. We're making some progress here, and I do think that the G70 is the good pick for me. Knowing when to shift gears is quite an advantage. So an okay race. A few shenanigans here and there, also on my end, and I'm really doing my best to avoid that. But you can't always make it. On to race number 3 then, and once again I managed to scrape off some time in the qualifying, and now we're in 3rd position. Our best starting position of today. If I just finish where I start, it'll be the best result of today, and can we manage to do so? So heading towards the first corner, the good run on the guys in front, might be able to stick with them. And this time we don't understeer off the track, maybe even a little too conservatively. We're looking for that 100-meter board. We go on the brakes, and we'll do our best to follow the cars through. My light's not very good though, and I have to fight the car as I hit the curb too hard. That's gonna cost us exactly 1 good exit, and the blue car behind us is right there to take advantage of it. He's gonna try and take that inside line, and he'll probably go for a move in the hairpin. And as he gets alongside, he just leaves no space at all, and we completely lose grip. We get punted off the track. He gets a penalty for it, but we lose out on so many positions. Try to recover, try not to get in anyone's way, but we're now in 10th position. And a couple of cars really fighting hard here. And I'm just gonna get as much space as I can. Can't go through. They both go a little wide. And I'm trying my best to keep the car in there, but losing out. However, I still have a good run on a German friend in front of us. So I'm gonna try and settle the car on the inside, try and get a move done through here. As we do, just a little bit late on the brakes, and we get into some contact there. Not great at all. And I absolutely mess it up on the exit. That's gonna cost us so much speed. I've lost the car in the mirror, so I'm just looking around for him, and we can see him briefly on the left side before he gets punted off the track on the right side. So we're now up to 8th, and once again, we're just going to do our best to salvage the race as best we can, and it doesn't take long for me to be a helmet. I get collected by a car coming off the track, but honestly, I just go straight into him. I should have just eased up there, but I thought, well, that car's going to go style. I can just take my line and be quick, but stupid. So now we're up into 15th, that last in this race. You can see more guys having a bit of trouble, getting into some shenanigans. So we're up into 14th. We might be able to get a good run on our British friend in front. Just going to do our best to follow him as we head into the 4 apex corner. Still in the fight, just not out in front. Once again, looking for some good lines to either overtake in the final double left-hander or get some speed onto the straights. And I got a good run on our friend here. We're gonna go for the inside line, slam the brakes and try not to collect him. Take the apex. And no shenanigans here. Very nice. We survived the corner. We're now up into 13th. And we managed to find the guys in front. And they get into some shenanigans. The Alpha gets punted twice. That'll give us a good run on them. Up at the 12th, and the cars in front are fighting pretty hard. One is definitely losing out, so that might give us one more opportunity down here. We're going to try and take the inside line, but he also moves pretty late, and it's just too full of cars here. Can't really do much on the entry or the middle part of the corner, and I try to find some speed on the exit while leaving a space, which just isn't much. And look at this, it's like touring car racing. We're all just bumping left and right. Not great, but we're up into 11th. We're heading towards the 4 apex corner again. We're gonna try and see if something happens here again, which we can make use of. Not much for us, but the Ferrari manages to get through. We're gonna try and do the same thing, but we don't really have the speed. He's got the slipstream. That also means we don't really have a good run into the double left-hander. So we're gonna try and just settle the car in. Don't do anything silly. Into the corner we go, and I get bumped on the back by a car that really wants to pass us. So we're just gonna let the German friend through, settle in the car, but then I think I can get by him, not paying attention behind me, and we almost get punted off the track, but that's deserved. That's absolutely deserved. I didn't see him there, and he absolutely had a right to that space. Back into 13th. The Alpha has a little bit of a nibble right there on the inside, but he doesn't have the speed to pull it off. I try to go for a move through here, can't really pull it off, get into all kinds of shenanigans on the curbs there, lose out on a lot of speed, but we're still in the fight, and I've got a good run on our British friend. I'm gonna go for the outside once again. It's not the best place to be, but I didn't really have a space on the inside there, so maybe we can pass him around the outside. We leave a space, and we leave way too much space, and we can't pull it off this time around. So, the final lap, and look at all these crazy things happening. I myself am so bewildered by it that I'm just not focusing on the car in front, and I punt him almost off the track, and I get a big penalty for that. My bad, absolutely a mistake on my end. And I've been harassing this guy in front, our British friend, for way too much this race. Apologies for that, mate. Into the final 2 corners, and my car goes completely mad on the inside. 2 cars, 3 cars. It's just one hell of a mess as we all go through the last corner. Everyone's got a penalty, it seems, including us. We're just gonna have to serve that on the line and let it add up to our time, and that means that we finish in 12th position. Oy, 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 oy. That's not great. That's not great at all. And honestly, most of the mistakes this race were completely on my end. I messed it up at least 2 or 3 times this race, and not only am I ruining my own race, I also made life really hard for the people around me. I'm so sorry, friends. We should be able to do better. We're gonna start off race 4 in 1st position this time around. The qualifying has served as well, and I'm getting quite comfortable to start in 1st position, because that really only means that I have to look out for the cars behind me and not in front of me. I can kind of just do my own thing, and if everything goes well, I should be good to survive. That's the way it has turned out on the last couple of wins. So I'm looking behind me. I don't see a car being able to get really, really close. Go through the corners, try to find our lines. Car goes really, really wide there. And that only means that he has to settle the score with the cars behind him. I do get kind of a moment on the outside of the left-hander here. I've done that before. Not great. But nothing else is there. Nothing else can hurt us. And we finish lap 5 with a victory. Okay, so we can still drive. That's very nice. I always love to see it. So, there really isn't much to show you on a race like that. If you can manage to qualify in first and keep the car there, it's really just a matter of driving like it's a qualifying lap time. Just focus on your lines, don't do anything silly, and you should be good. Same is gonna mean for the final race. We start off in the first place. We're just gonna look behind us, see if anything gets too close, pre-traps on us, and maybe makes a move. There isn't much here. We get the car through the first turn with some decent speed. And I'm not seeing anything that's too close. He's kind of looking for a move there, but he can't go through us. We get a good line, trying not to get too crazy on the curbs there, and go through the exit. And a car goes off the track there once again, messing up his exit. And then there isn't just much to see. 5 laps later, we complete the race with another victory. Very, very nice. Fastest lap, clean race, and pole position. That'll give us a nice monetary bonus. So, on reflection, being cautious has turned out to be the most prudent action once again. It seems that if you can just avoid the mess either you yourself can make or other people can make, you're gonna be a lot quicker. And you're not gonna win a race in those tiny, tiny moments where you might scrape off a millisecond here and there by being a bit quicker when everything's a mess. But you can win races by just being clean all the way through the end. So after this roller coaster with shenanigans and double wins, I'm gonna sign off for today. We'll see you for the next one. Thanks for being here. Take care and goodbye.